Alright, so there we go. Got the final leg of the header completed. So that's a pretty complex header system. A lot of bends. Had to go around the starter, over the tranny. The turbo had to be nice and level, and I had to use an existing header just to save a little money. So came out really good. Going over and under the drive shafts, and it's got plenty of room for the suspension to travel up and down in there. But pretty happy with it. I'll pull it off and finish welding it up. I'll take a look at it on the bench. And here we have it. It's all welded up and ready to go. I got this one arm all cleaned up. I ground the welds down a little bit and polished it up a little. This whole header is going to be wrapped with header wrap, so I'm not too worried about getting the welds looking perfect. But I don't have a TIG welder, so the welds weren't as clean as I would have liked with the MIG. But it came out pretty good. I'll throw it in the car and get a couple views of that. Okay, here it is, bolted in without the turbo mounted up, and the thing is solid. I could stand on it if I wanted to. It's important to use the 16 gauge tubing if you are doing a turbo, because your header is actually going to be supporting the weight of the turbo. So that's 16 gauge tubing, 1 5/8 for performance VW heads. Let me get the turbo mounted up. I got the body on right now just to see how it's going to fit inside here. And there she is. Header's all bolted up. Turbo's on. Got the blow-off valve on. All the intake ducting bolted in. And it fits pretty sweet. Nice big bend going around the blow-off valve. And over the header. So I still got to finish grinding down the rest of the welds and running my exhaust from the header, and then the blow-off valve exhaust. And looky what we have here. Some nice fatty 9-inch tread Hoosier tires. Fresh
off the UPS truck. I also got some rims, and these are 7-inch, 3.5-inch back spacing. Nice rims. They're just steel, they're not aluminum or anything. Kinda had to go budget on that, but these bad boys are yeah, they speak for themselves. It's just kind of a peek of what I'm going to be doing to this bug. This tire is 9 inches wide, and the stock tire is about 5.5 inches wide. So obviously a little modification is going to be going on to make those fit. I'm not going to do the cop out and go the easy route and just widen the fenders. I'm actually going to take and narrow my rear suspension and make these guys fit right. And I want to be able to put the stock fender on the rear and have those fat 9-inch Hoosier slicks tuck under there and look good. So I got some new spring plates. They're shorter. Also have new torsion bars. They're more heavy duty. I think they're 28 millimeter, and they're also shorter. So had to do a little math, little measurements, seeing my clearance, and seeing how much I'm going to be cutting off of the suspension to narrow it. It's going to end up being 3 inches narrowed on each side, so 6-inch overall narrowed rear end. And these nice fat street slicks should fit pretty nicely. So a little preview of what's going to be going on the next month or so. Hopefully I can get it done a little sooner, but it's going to be fun. We're going to be turning this thing into a nice California look street drag, so stay tuned for that. These things are bad.